life started pretty hardcore. Abandoned by mother, and raised by our solo father. All of my decisions right through from about 8 years old right through to about 18 years old was to get stronger physically, so I could pay my brother back. He had choked me so many times and slapped me back to reality as a child, and I was so hate-filled. And so I chose a fishing job where I could pull in pots by hand. And I seen the forearms of a fisherman, that's why, and I thought, oh wow, that's a perfect job for me. And so it came fairly close one day. I was quite strong now. It was about a 2-hour session at the Road Knights Motorcycle Club, and we had tea towels around on our fists, and we were just battling it out like boxing, wrestling, a bit of martial arts. And I thought I finally had him pinned after a 2-hour session, and I felt quite victorious. But he flipped me. And he pinned me, and I wasn't very happy about that. So I went back to work, and we were heading out on the boats. And I was asleep, and I felt the boat turn around. We come back, and the boss said to me that my brother had committed suicide. And what was shocking to me now was I had no remorse and no love for his death. I was just full of more hate that someone had taken my opportunity away, to get back at him. So I became a builder, and I done that. Done my apprenticeship at Naylor Love, and started a family and all those types of things. In the midst of all that, still getting in trouble and still being quite reckless, and so instead of me going to prison, I channeled it over to fighting, and so that's what kept me out of jail. And even as a yellow belt, I began to win fights early on, South Island champs, New Zealand champs. And then I had a major motorcycle accident. I was sitting on the couch with a wounded body, and I started to ask the questions of who am I and what am I doing. But I met a guy when I was searching for a new martial art to do, which was Maurako, like Māori Taiaha. And I met Kiriyama Tito at the Murihuku Marae, and it was hard to go up there. I was a white supremacist in the past, being with the Road Knights, and here I am trying to go onto a marae. So it took me about 3 times to build the courage to go up to the gate, but I met this mountain of a man, soft-spoken and gentle, and he invited me in, and there was only a couple of guys in there, and he just sat me down, and he just said, I'm going to show you what to do, or what we do, and what you can get out of this. And they done a haka, and they done their patterns, and I was quite astounded that he took the time out just to show me those things. And so I did join. He asked me to come down to his friend's place on Sunday, and so I turned up at his friend's place, which was a church, and I was very depressed and very miserable, very hate-filled. And I went into this place, and I was late, and everyone was talking and laughing, and I kind of never experienced that before, because I'd grown up in tall poppy syndrome, tear people down to feel better. So it was really weird, but something was quite resonating in my heart that it was good, so I stayed. And what 2.5 years of counselling couldn't accomplish, I got accomplished in 2.5 hours to 3 hours through a sozo, which was they were connecting me with Father God and Jesus, and so I got to forgive my brother. I got to forgive for all the beatings, and a bit left me. I got to forgive my older sibling who sexually abused me, and a bit more was released. I got to forgive my father for never coming to one of my fights, and so that hatred left me, and I was like a new man. I was refreshed. I was young-minded again. I would go to the supermarket and want to cuddle old ladies. That's how much I was freed from all of that stuff. So I've stuck with the church. I'm part of the Sozo ministry now, and I get to see healing in others. I've got a lot of beautiful friends who actually truly care for me and call me. Yeah, well, for people watching this who are struggling with internal turmoil, I would suggest find some good people, share your story with them, and spend the rest of your life really, just living a better life.
I hope that you experienced the love of Jesus as you watched this video. To see more life transformational stories, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel or explore our website at fantailstudios.com.